Good morning, everyone. Hope you had a great night rest. Welcome to day 5 of the series, Surviving the Crisis. This morning, we want to consider the topic, Good People Suffer. I remain your friend, Solomon Itaidafia Ofuri, the Forged Man. Let me start with a question that has troubled many hearts. Why do good people suffer? Or I can rephrase it so that it sounds biblical a bit. Why was Barabbas, the criminal, the armed robber, the bandit, the kidnapper, chosen, preferred over Jesus? Somebody needed to die, and the question was asked. General question was thrown to the people. Who do you want us to release for you? Jesus Christ or Barabbas? And the people said, the bandit, the kidnapper, the armed robber who has been stealing, killing their own people should be released. And the good man, Jesus Christ, who was even tested, tried by Pontius Pilate, and found that the man was not guilty. Yet they said he should be killed and release the bandit. So you see the problem of majority win the vote. So the fact that people chose you does not mean you are the best or you are good. People could buy their ways through politics, through whatever means. And meanwhile, an innocent person is becoming the scapegoat. So this is a question that many people have asked and has made some people whose hearts are pure to feel that, life is not fair on people who have good heart. And so the society is becoming corrupt as a result of immorality and as a result of people clamoring, supporting immorality. So why do good people suffer? You help others, you give, you sacrifice, yet life seems harder for you than for those who don't even care. Meanwhile, people who cheat, manipulate, and exploit others seem to be progressing. So you begin to ask, God, what am I doing wrong? Why would a man be celebrating his birthday? A king celebrating his birthday and would ask his daughter to place a demand. And the innocent girl went to her mother, asking the mother that, look at the blank check my dad gave me. What should I ask for? Only for the mother to look at her and say, ask for the head of John the Baptist. What did John the Baptist do to her? Just because of an error, something that was wrong, he pointed at. He demanded for the head of John the Baptist. Today we will confront a truth many people avoid. And now you must know this, that being a good person is not the same as being a wise person. Can I repeat that again? Being a good person is not the same as being a wise person. Let me take you to the Bible, because many of us are Christians, right? Even though this is not a Bible study, but our foundation is built on the Bible. If only you can obey the principles of the Bible, you will save yourself from many challenges and from many battles. And that is why Hosea chapter 4 verse 6 says, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. I was just ruminating over something this morning and how God even saved me, because I was just looking at the pain alone. But ruminating over some things, I knew how God saved me from some other risk that can or could have even indict me. Because sometimes we run to people for solution, not even knowing that we are compounding our problems. And that is why I brought to you this series, Surviving the Crisis. Don't let the little challenge you are facing make you run helter-skelter, compound your challenges. Because as at that time, You'll be crying to God, God will be far from you. All right? Especially when you are not seeking for help where God has not assigned you to go. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, not because the enemy is powerful, not because the crisis is so severe. My people are not destroyed because of crisis. No. My people are not destroyed because of battles, because of challenges of life. No. Because of what? Lack of knowledge. Now, you must understand that you can be good and still be broke. You can be good and still be broke. Recently, we see flying on the internet of how a pastor was being harassed in the church, preaching gospel to other people. Yet, he was being harassed even with tear gas. Right? Let's leave that story. That is not what we are here to talk about. You can be good and still be exploited. You can be good and still be stuck. Because life does not reward goodness alone. Life rewards understanding, structure, and strategy. So many good people suffer because they lack understanding. They don't have structure. They don't have strategy. All right? Lazarus, a man in the Bible who later went to heaven, shows that he was a good man, he was a righteous person. But he was stuck in the rich man's house, feeding from crumbs and all of that. And dogs were licking his sore. So it therefore means that what the dogs were taking from him was more than what he was getting from the rich man. And many are stuck in their jobs, many are stuck in life because of lack of understanding. Why good people suffer? Now, let's talk about this and bring out some points. Number one, they lack boundaries. The reason why good people suffer, they lack boundaries. And maybe I should take time to buttress on this. They give beyond their capacity. They can go extra mile. They don't know how to say no. They are borrowing to meet another man's need. And the man whose needs you are meeting, you borrow to meet his needs, is enjoying his freedom. By the time the man is investing, you are still paying back the loan you borrow because of him. And he doesn't even care. He has not, in fact, he has even forgotten you helped him. You are a tenant, you are borrowing money to meet another person's needs, whose life is already balanced, lives in his own house. We are not saying it's wrong to give, but you must have boundaries. And these are things that will not be taught to you in the church or in some churches. Because recently I was listening to Pastor Bolaji when he was doing the financial series recently, this month of April, on how he responds to people that will usually come, because they will surely come, because the poor you will always have with you. You can't respond to every need. Even the economy says that human wants or human needs are insatiable. The person you give 50,000 naira today will come back by tomorrow asking for more, because Oliver will always ask for more. And if you are asking for more, what will you do? Can you meet the needs of everyone every time? So what do you do? How do you respond? Set boundary. And that is where budgeting have to come in, or has to come in. Money for charity, money for savings, money for investment. Else, you will be eating the seed. And like the prodigal son, where you have spent all, nobody will be there for you. So you must learn to set boundary. Set boundary on how much you give for charity and who you give also. All right? So good people often don't know when to say no. They give beyond their capacity. They carry other people's burdens. They sacrifice their own future. You are not suffering because you are good. You are suffering because you are unguarded. They confuse kindness with weakness. That is number two. Good people suffer because they confuse kindness with weakness. Some people don't respect kindness, they exploit it. Give them once, they keep coming. Even to the point when somebody meets them for anything, they can tell the person that, oh, I don't have a but go and meet so person. Go and meet Solomon. Go and meet Francis. Don't tell him I was the one that told you he has money. They just paid him some money yesterday. As a matter of fact, he gave him money that yesterday. Meet him, he will give you. So they keep directing people to you because they feel you don't have your own needs. Or the entire money you are making is just for them. But guess what? If by the time you don't have or you don't invest in your future, there will still be the same people laughing at you. That, this guy, he has money before. That is how he squanders his money, giving money to people anyhow, buying irrelevant. There will still be the same people to laugh at you. And that is why, in the long run of helping others, don't abandon yourself. Learn from the prodigal son. And thank God for the prodigal son, the kind of father he had. You have that kind of person you can run to. And that is why you need to be wise, because most of those people, they won't be there for you. All right? If you don't define your limits, let me tell you this, people will define them for you. And I love how Kiyosaki put it. And I came across this in one of his books many years ago, that if you don't have plans for yourself, you will fall into people's plan. They will be the one, you work hard for the money, but they are the one controlling it, stylishly taking salary from you every month. They keep coming. So learn to set boundary. All right? Even for yourself, not just for others alone. For yourself. Number three, why good people suffer. They ignore growth. You must understand that many people invest in others, but don't invest in themselves. They sacrifice their life for others, but forget to invest in themselves. They can send others to school, but they can't do it for themselves. They can buy books for others, they can't buy for themselves. They can send others for professional courses, but they can't do it for themselves. No skill development, no financial knowledge, no personal growth. You meet them today, meet them 10 years later, the same way, the same standard. The same modus operandi of doing things. And notice, you can't pour from an empty cup. You can't. Number four, they expect life to be fair. Say the expectation of the righteous cannot be cut off. So they are always expecting. They expect life to be fair. Life is not fair. And that is why you must fight against all this ignorance. You must fight. Fight against indiscipline, because life is not fair. One of the heroes of faith we've studied during the course of this surviving crisis, we've made reference to, is Job. A righteous man, the richest in the land of Uz. But when everything went south for him, as a matter of fact, his friends, that is why we have the idiom, Job comforter. His friends were suspecting him. They were saying all manner of things. Maybe what he has done is the punishment he was receiving. The man said he became a stranger in his own house. Children in the street whose fathers could not even stand Job before. Children were now insulting him, making jest of him. It got to a point, even his own wife looked at him and said, why do you still retain God in your integrity? Curse him and die. The wife even wanted him to die. Everybody gave up on him. All right? And Job said, every man that is born of a woman is of few days and is full of trouble. So you must understand that this world is a wicked world and is full of trouble. So if you expect life to be fair and you believe that by treating people fair, they will be fair to you, is a lie. Jesus was fair to everyone. How God anointed Jesus Christ of Nazareth with the Holy Ghost and with power, who went about doing what? Doing good, healing all that were oppressed of the devil. Where were those people when they were killing him? The same people that shouted Hosanna were the same people that shouted crucify him. And they chose Barabbas, a bandit, that they should free the bandit and crucify the innocent man. Life is not fair. Life is structured. Results don't come because you are nice. They come because you are intentional. Now, here is the shift. What must change? Pay a rapt attention to this. Be good, but be wise. Be good, but be wise. Why good people suffer? During the course of this surviving series, I shared with us a story of a man that was returning from church, a very good man. In the days where kidnappers, bandits were hiding in a place in Warri, for those of us who are in Nigeria, hiding in Warri, under the bridge, a place called Tokutu, pretending to be mad people. It's a few years ago, about 12, 13, 14 years ago. Pretending to be mad people, not knowing that that is where they kill innocent people, butcher them, and selling human parts. A man was returning from church with his family, and he saw somebody, like a pregnant woman, not knowing that the person was pretending to be a pregnant woman, looking for help. The man decided to pack with his family just to help this woman, thinking that this is a pregnant woman. You must be wise. Be good, but be wise. Pulled up from the vehicle just to help this woman, and that was how they dragged the man with his family inside the bush. And they said, we are not going to kill all of you, but you must drop one of your children. He had no choice than to drop one of the children. In his presence, they butchered his own daughter. He was a good man, but he was not wise. And that is why you can't just stop for anybody. I remember stopping for someone to help the person. But when I saw the behavior of the person, not even knowing that the person had even planned with policemen on the road. So they can put evil gun in your vehicle, put hard drugs in your vehicle. And when they come to search, exact place the person kept the thing, that is where they will search. You meant well, but the person you helped meant evil for you. So in the long run of trying to help, don't put yourself in any problem. You can't just see any single lady walking on the road because you have a car, the car is free, you are the only one. You just give the person a help. Don't put yourself in problems you can't come out of. Someone you don't know, because you want to help the person just tells you that he's stranded. You don't know the person. You are just with your innocent children in the house. You say, okay, oh yeah, come to my house. And because you don't know, the Bible says that you don't know when you will entertain angels. You bring the person to your house. You still don't know when you will entertain devils. So be careful. You bring the person to the house with innocent children in the house, and before you know it, put yourself in a problem. So be wise as a serpent. That is what the Bible says. Matthew chapter 10, verse 16, right? As a serpent, harmless as dove. It is when you are wise as a serpent that you can become harmless as doves. God did not call you to be foolish. He called you to be balanced. What would you say about those 5 virgins who refused to give oil to their friends? The 5 told them, and they were called wise. They were not called wicked. They told the other 5 foolish, say, come, go and buy for yourself. go and buy for. Learn to say no sometimes. God did not call you to be foolish. He called you to be balanced. Number two, what must shift? Set boundaries. You can love people without losing yourself. Haven't you seen people that complain? I have seen countless of people that complain. Oh, I helped all these people. I was the one that carried their cross. I paid their school fees. I signed in for a job. That job is doing, I was the one that paid for it. Now I have nothing. None of them even check up on me. People complaining. They abandon themselves in the long run of trying to help others that didn't even remember the good they did for them. Some will even ask you, what did you even do for me? How much was the school fees? Me, when I suffer for school, I will be calling, you will not pick my call. The ones you did, nobody will think about it. They only remember the times they called you and you could not meet up. But the time you sacrificed, the last cash you had, they won't remember that one. So set boundaries. You can love people without losing yourself. Now, we'll take it practical. Learn to say no without guilt. Stop over explaining yourself. Protect your time, energy, and money. This is a practical you do. Learn to say no without guilt. The major problem I've had over the years that I'm still working on, even though I'm the one teaching you now. Learn to say no without guilt. I'll be feeling guilty. When somebody comes to me for help, the first thing that just strikes my mind, hey, before this person is coming, if I disappoint the person, the person must have gone to other people. They were not able to give in. I will not embarrass myself. Oh, the person will not say, oh, so you don't even have common 50,000 and all of this. The person is even saying common. Some people will even come to you and say, nah, just only 20,000 naira. They say it with pride. And because of the way they present it now, you don't have it, but you want to stress yourself beyond limit just to meet someone's need. You go and borrow. So if 20 people comes to you for help and you don't have it, you borrow to meet the 20 people's needs. Maybe from 20 different people, and you are now owing 20 people. You see how people put themselves in problem? Good people suffers. And that is why you are suffering. So learn to say no without guilt. Stop over explaining yourself. Protect your time, energy, and money. All right? Then also, invest in yourself. Your future depends on your growth. I think I can talk about this aspect because it's one of the areas I've invested in myself, not just, no, not physical things or properties or whatever, no. But it is not about me, right? Your future depends on your growth. Now, you must grow in knowledge. There are some of us, the knowledge we had 10 years ago, or the things we studied, your development begins even after your graduation from the higher institution. Yeah, you can't just bank on those things you just write to pass exam. No. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. How many research have you done? How many books have you read? How far have you invested in yourself in this digital age? Right? Some of us, the knowledge we had even 10 years ago, 20 years ago, we've forgotten most of the things we knew. And we've not added to those ones we even had before. And that is the problem. So those that knows better, play on your intelligence. Grow in knowledge, grow in skills, financial intelligence, emotional intelligence. Then number 4, stop seeking validation through sacrifice. Most of the things good people do sometimes is just to seek validation. Borrow money to just attend parties. So if 20 of your friends are doing party in a year, and the worst part of it now, you must sow the ashwebi. just to make them happy, with the intention that, oh, if I still want to do my own, these are the people that will still stand by me, that will still do for me. And by the time you are doing your own, they didn't even reach out to you, you become frustrated. You begin to complain. When they were doing their own, I was always there. I was always there for them. It was even the party I was coming from, and I had the accident. This. In fact, I even borrowed money. The money I borrowed when she was doing her party, I've not even been able to pay. Start complaining. Begin to be frustrated. Seeking validation. You say, if I don't go now, in fact, you will feel offended. Yes, when people are doing celebrating, it's good to rejoice with them. But what if you don't have? And 20 of your friends are doing party. You borrow for this one, you borrow for this one, just to seek validation. My friend, please, you know how much I care about you, but things are hard now. And even the friend knows. But you say, oh, people are spraying. If I don't spray now, it will look somehow. So let me borrow money to spray. You know you are already into some financial challenges. You are still borrowing money to go and spray in a party. And what happened? Maybe peradventure, those people you owe, one of them sees you spraying money. Say, oh, he said he doesn't have money. And they are counting the money while you are spraying. And maybe the person you even sprayed will even be the one to reach out to the person you owe. Say, that guy try you. Maybe small money spray me. Then the other person will say, so he really sprayed you? Say, yes. Spray me. Plenty money. So you see, how would the person now look at you? Say you are a wicked person. You owe him, but you never wanted to pay. But you went to a party, you are a spraying musician, spraying the celebrant, spraying even DJ, spraying orators. And you end up compounding your problem just because of validation. All right? Some people help others just to feel accepted. That is not love. That is insecurity. Now you will say boldly with me, I am good, but I am not weak. I am kind, but I am not foolish. I will not be used or exploited. I grow, I learn, I rise. My goodness will not destroy me. Now listen carefully. Good people don't have to suffer endlessly. What you need is not less goodness. You need more wisdom. You need more wisdom. You will not break. You will be transformed. And if this message blessed you, share it, invite someone, drop a comment. I choose wisdom. Drop that comment. I choose wisdom. And know, as we round up, being good is powerful, but being good and wise is unstoppable. Can I say that again? Being good is powerful, but being good and wise is unstoppable. I believe you've learned something this morning. See you tomorrow, same time, 6 a.m. Topic we'll share tomorrow. Going to post the flyer and the IV. Do us a favor by sharing the IV, invite others. Share the link of this video because the video will be posted across all our platforms, all our handles. See you tomorrow. Take care of yourself. Have a great day. And remain your friend, Solomon Akpofure, the forged man. Remember, be wise as a serpent.